Pretend Chapter 43 Part 1, A Promise Wrapped in Theus. An audio storytelling experience. Love. Anupama tries her best to be normal, but it's not easy. She had only heard of them through Geet, but never got the chance to meet them. She thinks she'll talk after Mahi's birthday. What have you both planned? Prema asked softly. It's her first birthday, so it will be grand, Anupama replied with a genuine smile. Whatever we do, we will do together, Amar added warmly. Of course, she nodded. They dined together, discussed everything, and later went to sleep. It was one of the most memorable and emotional days for all of them. Man led his family to his room, huge in size, yet now it seemed small for the entire world he had regained. Abhi walked beside him, chattering non-stop, about school, about his friends, about how they asked him about his father. He told them what Geet had asked him to say. Geet followed silently, heart thumping in her chest. She wasn't scared, but that long gap had created a wide distance between them. She hadn't dared to ask Rosie auntie or Rocky to take their things upstairs. It wouldn't look right, and man, he had no idea that 1 year and 8 months was not a blink, it was a lifetime. One that doesn't just close like a door, it needs time to be bridged. Geet fed Mahi silently, eyes glancing at Man, who had changed into a comfortable outfit and was now playing with Abhi. After feeding, he gently took Mahi from her arms, without a word. She didn't say anything either, just gave her Abhi on one side, Mahi on the other, and Man lying in the center, their world now between his arms. They laughed, they played, and Geet, poor her, what could she do? Sitting at the edge of the bed, she watched. The bond between them, undeniable. Abhi being comfortable with Man made sense. But Mahi, her baby, didn't seem to need her anymore. Mahi giggled joyfully, wrapped in her father's embrace. She took Man's finger and put it in her mouth. She placed open-mouth kisses on his face, over and over again, giggling like a dream. Mahi was like that, fun-loving, just like her papa. Abhi was curled into him, sleepy but stubbornly awake, clutching his father's shirt tightly. Still scared, still worried. What if Dad leaves again? Dad, you won't go to work before I wake up, right? Abhi asked at last, his tiny voice piercing through the room like a whisper of truth. The question, so innocent, yet so heavy, filled both Geet's and Man's eyes with tears. I won't go, Abhi, not until my baby wants me to, Man said softly, his heart breaking and mending at once. Finally, he hugged Abhi close, ensuring he felt nothing but love. I love you, Dad, Abhi murmured, drifting into sleep. Man's heart clenched, aching with emotion. Dad loves you too, my son, he whispered, pressing a tender kiss to his forehead. He glanced at Geet, still sitting quietly. Her head lowered, her silence louder than any scream. She never knew Abhi was this attached to him. He had always been a mama's boy. Where was she, Geet wondered, when he needed his father the most? No words would come. Her voice was locked somewhere deep. She sat frozen, aware of Man's silent, disappointed gaze on her. She finally stood and walked to the washroom. She locked the door behind her. She didn't want anyone to see her like that. Never, not even in her dreams, had she imagined her life would take such a turn. She had always lived in her own world, believing that Man would have forgotten her, that he'd moved on. But here he was, he hadn't. He had lived alone. Did his family not want him to move on? Prema auntie clearly had, but today, she had favored her. Geet didn't know what to do, or what not to. Her dream of a family was on the verge of coming true, yet the next question stared her down like a storm. Did Man still want her, after knowing what she had done? Did she even deserve him? Geet wondered, trembling. On the other side of the door, Maan was already frustrated. She didn't try to talk, didn't try to convince him. Instead, she went to cry. Again, he couldn't hear her tears, but his heart could. He never understood why he understood her so well, why he always knew what she was feeling. Even in silence, why he still loved her so much. Why, even now, he wanted to forgive her, to forget everything. Even though a part of him never could forgive her, for hiding herself, for hiding his family, he wanted to give her another chance. If only she asked. Maan placed Mahi carefully on the bed and made a little pillow wall around her and Abhi. Then he walked to the bathroom door and knocked, for the first time not in anger, but something closer to pain. "Open the door, Geet," he said gently. Yes, he had taken her name before, but only to shout. "Coming," she answered, quickly splashing her face to wash away the trails of her sorrow. So he wouldn't see. Little did she know, he already had. She stepped out with her head lowered, unable to meet his eyes, those eyes full of questions she wasn't ready to answer. "That's a good idea, Geet," he said bitterly. "You make the mistake, and then start shedding tears." "I am not," Geet whispered, her voice barely audible. "Yeah, I can see that," he replied, eyes narrowing. "But tell me honestly, why did you even do this? Do you realize the blunder you made? I thought you would have moved on. Forgotten us." "I moved on and forgot. Is that what you think I am, Geet? That kind of man? Man, it's natural. When one person is gone from someone's life, the other moves on. Then why didn't you move on when Meet asked you to? Why not this time, too? I had responsibilities, Man, before and now too. And if you didn't have those responsibilities." Geet went silent. She had never thought of that. "I'm waiting for your answer, Geet." I don't know," she finally breathed. "Really, Geet? You don't know, or you don't want to know?" "Man, I'm not the kind of girl who loves someone and marries someone else," she said quietly, and then bit her lip, suddenly unsure if she had said too much. "That's what I wanted to hear," Man said firmly. Geet slowly looked up and met his gaze, burning with feeling. "Do you think I'm that kind of guy?" he asked, his voice quiet, but cutting. "No Man, trust me. I know you're not. Still, you thought I had moved on? I thought Prima Auntie convinced you," Geet said with her head lowered. "I know there was some clash between you two, but I thought you were an intelligent girl, Geet. Man, your every intelligence failed when you felt dejected, and no one stood by you. I've lived my life alone. Man, I never wanted to create any issues here. Whatever I did because of you, Man. But I always ended up being the bad omen. I don't want you to become like Meet, and me like Ali. I don't want another Geet to sacrifice her life." Geet's voice trembled, her tears flowing freely, and her words broke into hiccups. Man had never seen her like this, broken, raw. His anger melted away, overtaken by the heart that always beat for her. He hugged her tight. She didn't resist, and hugged him back. He'd always known the reasons behind her choices, but her fear, her silence, and lack of trust had drawn a wedge. Man, gentle but stern. "Geet, how could you be so superstitious? Why are you still trapped in the past? You are a literate woman." Geet, shaking, teary. "I love you, Man. I never want anything to happen to you." Her words stunned him into silence. "Man," softly. "Geet, without you, I'm only surviving. But if I get just a few days with you, I'll live my entire life in those days." Geet, Man, firmly. "Live your life fully, Geet. We don't have control over the future, so why dwell on it? Please, live for now. Forget what happened, it was destined." Geet, sobbing. "Man, I'll die if anything happens to you because of me." Man, grabbing her shoulders. "Oh God, Geet, Is that what you picked up from everything I just said? You are not a bad omen for me. How could you even think that? Geet, I could be the reason for the family separation. Man, calmly. Did it happen? Geet, man, why are you still living in the past, Geet? Forget Meet. Forget Ali. You are not the one at fault. If you were, would Anupama Mama stay with you? People don't bring bad luck, Geet, circumstances do. Time does. Do you think I was a bad omen just because Anupama Mama went into a coma after meeting me? Geet, confidently. No man, her condition was already bad. Man, exactly. So why are you blaming yourself? Geet, hesitating. Man, Mahi doesn't produce sounds. She's going to be one soon. Man, so, you think you're bad for me? She nodded innocently. Man, sighs. You are acting like a child, Geet. How could you? OMG Geet, you are the mother of 2 kids. Wait, she doesn't make sounds? But I swear, she called me Pa. Geet, confused. What? Man, yeah, she calls me Geet. But man, maybe you just imagined that? Man, wow, Geet, you still don't trust me? Geet, hurriedly, it's not that, man. I thought she wouldn't speak yet. I took her to the doctor and they said she'll take time. Even Man was unsure now. Did he really hear Mahi call him Pa, or was it just wishful thinking? Man, but is it your fault, Geet? Some kids take time. Ask Mom. She told me I took 2 years to say even Ma or Pa. Geet, in awe. Really, Man? Her innocent tone made even Man pause. Wasn't she the same wildcat he knew? Man, smiling. Of course, Geet. She looked around nervously, clearly brewing another storm in her mind. Man fixed his gaze on her, sensing she was about to drop another emotional bomb. Geet, Man, Geet, softly, will you accept me in your life? Man, in disbelief. I was wondering what you'd say, Geet. But never in my worst imagination did I think you'd ask me that. Don't you think it's obvious? Geet, but I did a blunder. Man, teasing. Thank God, you finally realized it. She lowered her head again, tears flowing freely. Geet, I'm so sorry, Man, pretending to be shocked. Oh God, what'll I do with you, Geet? Wait, are you pregnant? But I don't remember doing that. We just met again recently. Geet, blushing, hits his chest. Man, I've been spending my life in your memories, and you ask me if I want you in my life. Geet, Man, I didn't even know I was pregnant. Later I thought maybe you. All I ever wanted was everyone's happiness. Man, softly, and instead you gave us all pain. I begged you to communicate, Geet. But you kept hiding things. From now on, promise me, no more hiding. Just come to me, Geet, crying, nodding. I promise, Man. She hugs him, and he holds her like she's his whole world. Man, playfully, OMG Babaji, please save me from this despo girl. Geet immediately lets go, but Man's charm is unstoppable. Geet, Man, where will I sleep? Man, grinning, on me. Geet, glaring. What? Man, can't you see the bed, Geet? Geet, your bed's booked, Man, my kids aren't dinosaurs. It's a king-sized bed, we'll fit. She fidgeted, remembering past memories. Her cheeks turned red. Man, don't use your gutter mind, Geet. Geet, I'm not as perverted as you. Man, swear upon me, you're not thinking about us, doing IT? Geet, oh God, Man, I was just thinking about our last time, not anything else. She immediately shut her mouth and eyes, realizing she fell into his trap again. Man, in her ear, husky. I knew it, Geet. And believe me, I'm thinking the same. Geet, desperately. What will I wear? She tried to escape the moment, and Maan smirked at her weak attempt. Maan, you can borrow my clothes. Geet, can I even fit in your trousers, Mr. Khurana? Maan, who said anything about trousers? Geet, blushing, you are the same, still a flirt. Maan, you told me not to change. She shook her head, picked up his shirt and trousers, knowing they wouldn't fit, but better than what he was suggesting. As she walked away, he held her wrist. Geet, leave me. Maan, never. Geet, a pinky promise. Geet, you want me to stay in the same dress? Maan, of course not. Geet, then? Maan, well, it's my dress. I thought you might seek my help. You know, I'm so helpful. Geet, teasing. Thank you so much, Mr. Parvat Khurana. But I can help myself. That was the Geet he knew. That was the Geet he fell in love with. She had made mistakes, but he didn't want her to change. He wanted her to stay the same. Geet walked away, trying hard to hide her smile. But Maan's gaze followed her, still filled with the same naughtiness, care, and unconditional love. Headphone. Thank you for listening to Pretend Chapter 43 Part 1 on the Velvet Story. Love letter. If Geet and Maan's journey moved your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for the next part. Hashtag stay tuned. Hashtag Velvet Story. Hashtag Geet and Maan forever.